Alrighty, DIY world, we want to install some vinyl plank flooring, but we have a wonky room that has some bump outs, some bump ins, and we don't have a straight wall to start with. So how do we actually start when we kind of got to start in the middle of the room? So you see that little corner piece right there? That's kind of like a bump in to a bathroom doorway that comes into the room here. We're actually going to start off of that, which is weird and not fun. But if you start in those little like outlets of the room, chances are it could run crooked on you before you even know it. So we're starting off of that wall. And what we want to do is build out about 3 rows, all interlocking. Because once you have 3 rows done, it is much easier to install both ways of the planks. So your first 2 rows are going to be a nightmare, trying to get everything to stick into place. Once you get 3 of them secured and locked together, you could really go to work on this. So do not get frustrated. Rule number 1, because it is not easy to get these things to stick because you have really nothing to lock it onto or push off of. As you can see, you can't like push it up against the wall and apply pressure. We're kind of just floating this out in the middle of the room here and building it. So take your time with that. But once you get these things lined up, then you could start putting them into place, sliding them exactly where they need to go, tuck them under the baseboards or up against the baseboards if they're all the way to the floor. And as you build it, this will get much easier. So another thing, have your tape measure handy. If you're worried about running crooked on the room, once you get your 3 rows lined up and everything set on the first walls that you wanted to start with, measure to your opposite wall and make sure you're within a 1/4 inch or so depending upon the size of the room, so that when you get to the other end, it's not, 1 inch gapping all the way down to 3 inches at the other end and you get this wonky line all the way down. Nobody wants to deal with that either. So keep a tape measure on standby when you have to do these rooms that you feel are not going to have any straight walls. But like I said, take your time. Don't get frustrated, interlock the planks, get your rows built out, and once you're good to go, start slamming those things in like a pro. It'll be no big deal for you after you get to 3 rows because you'll have your rhythm down at that point. But if you have any questions about the flooring game, go ahead and drop those down below. I'm here for you, and I'm going to create the videos to help you become a pro at this because anybody can do this and make that money. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'll connect with you on this next video.